Winston Churchill once said, "Diplomacy is the art of telling someone to go to hell in such a way that they ask for directions." And this line might have just set the tone for one of the most curious and most bizarre relationships in modern politics: Donald Trump and the British royal family. The recently elected 45th President of the United States has been making waves recently for his numerous high-profile visits with the world's oldest monarchy. From grand Buckingham Palace dinners to painfully awkward handshakes, the spectacle had been both painful to watch and impossible to ignore. But here's the burning question: why is the royal family still mingling with a man surrounded by so many controversies? Do they really like him, or are they just masters of polite diplomacy who are playing along to avoid making waves? Well, stick around because we are about to unravel this royal mystery and uncover what might really be going on behind those formal smiles. Donald Trump has always had a soft spot for the British monarchy. I mean, his admiration is no secret. The man seems obsessed with the royal family, and it comes from a rather surprising personal connection: his mother. You see, his mother, Mary Ann MacLeod Trump, was born and raised in Scotland, making her a full British citizen before immigrating to the United States. In addition to that, she idolized the royal family, even keeping photos of Queen Elizabeth on her bedside table. Trump has often spoken about how much his mother adored the monarchy, how she wouldn't stop talking about their traditions, their elegance, and their importance. It's not hard to guess that this childhood influence rubbed off on him, leaving a deep and lasting impression. Trump grew up hearing about the Queen's grace and the grandeur of royal traditions, and it's clear those stories stayed with him. But it wasn't until his presidency that Trump's fascination with the monarchy was on full display. During his 2019 state visit to the UK, he described Queen Elizabeth as a great woman and incredible. He even called meeting her the honor of a lifetime. Trump also emphasized his admiration for the Queen's leadership and legacy, stating, "She's a tremendous woman. Tremendous." In interviews, he also praised her ability to maintain stability, saying, "There's nobody like her. She's an icon." He didn't stop there. Trump also praised King Charles, then Prince of Wales, calling him a terrific guy and highlighting his warm interactions with the royal family during their visit. This guy must really love the royal family. But here's the thing: just because Trump likes the royals doesn't mean they like him back. Admiration alone doesn't guarantee mutual fondness, especially when you're dealing with the British royal family, who have mastered the art of diplomacy over centuries. Trump even went as far to jokingly, or perhaps not so jokingly, call himself the Queen's favorite president. While it's hard to imagine the Queen confirming or denying such a claim, it does make you wonder, were those smiles at Buckingham Palace actually genuine, or were they just part of the royal playbook? I mean, the royals have faced countless tricky relationships with world leaders over the years. From uneasy alliances to cultural clashes, they've seen it all. So when they stood beside Trump, sipping champagne and exchanging pleasantries, was it warmth, strategy, or simply royal duty in action? That's the question we're here to unravel. But first, let's rewind to June 2019 when Trump, along with First Lady Melania, arrived at Buckingham Palace for a grand state dinner. The occasion was filled with all the pomp and pageantry of royal meetings. There was a royal procession, formal speeches, and even a few glittering tiaras. Trump seemed genuinely thrilled, grinning from ear to ear like an excited schoolboy who just couldn't contain himself. His admiration for the Queen's poise and elegance was evident in every interaction. But what really grabbed headlines that day wasn't his smile or his compliments. It was the infamous handshake. Or was it a fist bump? As Trump extended his hand towards the Queen, the interaction looked, well, awkward. Was this a classic case of cultural misunderstanding? Or just Trump being, well, Trump? Either way, the moment instantly made headlines, adding to the spectacle of his visit and marking debates about protocol, respect, and of course whether the Queen was quietly amused or mildly annoyed. But moments like these aren't unusual when it comes to the British royal family. Because here's the thing, the British royal family has perfected the art of diplomacy. Their job isn't to show open affection or disdain, but to represent the UK with grace and tact, no matter who they're dealing with. Their every move is calculated, designed to uphold the royal image and preserve harmony. Remember when King Charles, then the Prince of Wales, stepped in to play a key role in easing tensions between Trump and British leaders? At the time, Trump's presidency sparked mixed reactions across the UK, with London's mayor, Sadiq Khan, famously labeling him a global threat, a sentiment which was shared by many critics. Adding to the backlash was also the infamous Baby Trump blimp, which flew over London during his visit as a sign of public protest. Yet, amidst the controversy, while some UK leaders openly criticized Trump, Charles approached the situation with his characteristic poise. Despite their vastly different views, especially on climate change, where Charles has been a lifelong advocate and Trump a skeptic, the prince focused on building bridges. He engaged Trump in meaningful conversations, paying more attention to their shared interests and common ground, rather than dwelling on their differences. This wasn't just a gesture of goodwill, it was diplomacy at its finest, calm, strategic, and focused on preserving the UK's relationship with the United States, even despite the political tension. Regardless of what you might be thinking now, there have been a few undeniably clear moments that suggested the royals found Trump tolerable, if not even likable. For instance, the Queen personally escorted Trump around Buckingham Palace during his visit, a rare gesture of hospitality that only a select few in the world have experienced. Trump also didn't hold back when it came to praising King Charles and Queen Camila, adding to what seemed like genuine mutual respect. "Charles is a terrific guy," he said with his usual enthusiasm, and followed it by calling Camila fantastic. Even in private moments, the royals seemed genuinely cordial. Take, for example, the photos of Trump and Charles sharing a laugh during a banquet. Moments like these hint that there might have been real warmth beneath the formalities, providing that not every interaction was just for show. But not everything has been smooth sailing. Do we all remember the time Trump walked in front of the Queen and then stopped, causing her to awkwardly navigate around him? It happened during Trump's visit to Windsor Castle in 2018, where he was invited to inspect the Queen's guard alongside Her Majesty. What was meant to be a formal and respectful moment turned into an awkward breach of royal protocol. Everyone knows you're not supposed to walk ahead of the Queen, but Trump not only did that, he stopped, making it even more uncomfortable for her. The video went viral, with people everywhere debating whether it was an innocent mistake or just Trump being Trump. Either way, it was a moment no one could ignore, and critics didn't hold back. And then there was the Queen's gift to Trump, a first edition of Churchill's book, The Second World War. Sure, it might seem like a thoughtful gesture at first glance, but some couldn't help but wonder if it was a subtle message, considering Trump's controversial takes on NATO and alliances. Oh, and let's not forget Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's very obvious absence from most events during Trump's visit. Plus, Trump's public comments about Meghan, calling her nasty, probably didn't help matters. Trump's relationship with the royals didn't start or end with his presidency. In 2018, during an official visit, he and Melania met the Queen of Windsor Castle. The visit itself was polite, but felt a little stiff. People were quick to point out that Trump didn't bow and Melania didn't curtsy. And although this gesture was exactly compulsory for them since they were foreigners, critics felt that they could have at least put in some effort. And to be honest, that actually makes sense. Some people felt he was just being Trump and refusing to conform to tradition, while others felt it was simply a cultural difference, not worth overanalyzing. And then there were the protests. The now famous Baby Trump blimp, a giant balloon showing Trump as a baby in a diaper, was flown over London and became a viral hit. Protesters held banners and chanted, all within sight of Buckingham Palace. While the Queen stayed calm and didn't show any reaction, it's hard to imagine she wasn't at least aware of the public backlash. All of this added layers of tension to an already awkward visit. One of the most talked about aspects of Trump's relationship with the royals revolves around Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Trump hasn't held back when it comes to the couple. He criticized Meghan for comments she made about him during his presidential campaign and later called her disrespectful to the Queen, stirring up even more drama. But the real drama might be yet to come. There have been reports suggesting that under Trump's administration, Prince Harry's U.S. immigration records could come under scrutiny due to his past admission of drug use. This has raised questions. Could Trump use this as a political tool, or is it just another wild rumor? Either way, it adds more tension to an already complicated relationship, and with Harry and Meghan often at the center of controversy, it's no surprise that Trump's outspoken personality has clashed with theirs. So now, the million-dollar question: do the British royals like Donald Trump? Before we give our verdict, let us know what you think in the comments below. Well, the answer isn't black and white. On one hand, there were moments that felt warm and genuine, like King Charles having thoughtful discussions with Trump, the Queen handling everything with her usual grace, and Trump going out of his way to praise the royal family. On the other hand, the protests, awkward moments, and subtle snubs hinted that things weren't always comfortable. The royals, always focused on their duty, probably saw Trump as a controversial figure, but still treated him with the politeness they offer every world leader. As always, their true feelings remain a mystery. At the end of the day, it's their duty to remain composed and not let their emotions show. That's the hallmark of the royal family. Grace under pressure, no matter the situation. And that's all for today, folks. What do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Trump is no stranger to controversy, and with him in the White House, you can bet there will be plenty of drama to keep us all talking for years to come. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the fascinating world of politics, royalty, and everything in between. See you next time!